are you guys doing today? Good, all right, great. Yeah. Good morning. My name is Lawrence Fernandez. I'm the Director of Safety and Security for Madera Unified School District. I've lived in Madera all my life, attended Madera high schools, all Madera high schools. Went through Monroe to Sarah Vista, to Thomas Jefferson, to Madera High. I've been with Madera Unified School District for 27 years. I'm proud to say that I oversee 41 safety officers and 3 SROs, and we have a fantastic safety department in Madera Unified School District. One of the biggest safety features that we're proud of is Raptor. So Raptor is basically a visitor management system that parents with our visitors have to put their ID through. It runs it through a 50-state database for sexual registrants. But not only on top of that, if we back up a little bit, it basically tells us who's coming on campus, and it checks them from a sexual registrant. So if they are a sexual predator, if you would, they're not going to be allowed to come on campus or will be alerted. But also another feature on that is this: if we have a dispute between parents in a child custody case, what happens is we could put input data in there. For instance, we could say Lawrence Fernandez cannot have access to his kids. If we have a sub or we have somebody that's not familiar with the case, the screen will come up in red. It'll alert me immediately. Alert, more importantly, staff on campus, the principals or the administrative staff and security, and they can go deal with the situation. So there's so many things that Raptor does as far as alerting us of sexual registrants, also alerting us of important information we should have, like child disputes, restraining orders. That could all be inputted in there. Then you come on campus, and now you're greeted by what we have as one of our state-of-the-art camera system that's behind me. We have what we call a video wall. We have an operations tech that monitors our campuses. So behind me, you have all the high schools and junior highs, and we can filter through our other schools that have the cameras. And so at any given time, she's aware of what's going on the campus. StopIt App is an app that students download, and they can report in real time anything that's happening on their campus. For instance, let me give you a kid has a weapon. Kids can go on their phone or on their computer. One of the great things that we did in Madera Unified School District is that we image them on every computer. So if a kid doesn't have access to a phone, they can image it on their computer, and basically they press it, they put what the emergency is, and immediately it'll go to administration. So Madera High, if a kid puts in StopIt App, just say he's saying a kid selling drugs, that can be put in there. It goes to the principal, vice principals, it goes to the security staff, and it goes to our SRO on that site. And instantaneously they'll get it. But one of the things that we didn't expect to happen, but that did happen, is students are reporting a social well-being of other students, or mental health of other students. I had a girl say, my friend, I think she wants to hurt herself. So I was immediately to get on there, and I could say, what's your friend's name and what's the issue? She responded back what the issue was. We were able to respond to that child. I had another issue where a kid basically said, I don't want to live anymore. And one of the great things about StopIt is that it's monitored 24 hours, 7 days a week. So that night I happened to be home. It was about 10 o'clock at night. I got a call from StopIt. They said, this is StopIt. Have you read the StopIt? I said, no, I haven't. I got on there. She would let me read it to you. And it was a kid in distress. He wanted to hurt himself. We were able to communicate with that kid. I said, this is Mr. Fernandez. I'm the Director of Safety and Security. Can you please call me? He said, not right now, I can't. But I waited. About 30 minutes later, he said, I can talk now, and I called them. We were able to work with our law enforcement agency, our partners in Madera PD. They went to house immediately and did a welfare check. I'll be very honest with you. It's hard. It's a lot of work, but I'll tell you this is when I monitor that system 7 days a week, or it's monitored 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and I get those calls late at night. But one of the things that I keep in mind, and I'm always reminded of, is this: that student is in crisis. That's somebody's son or daughter that's in crisis, and this is what keeps me going a lot of the times. Is what if my son or daughter was in crisis? I have 2 children in Madera Unified School District, and what if they were in crisis? I would want the person on the other side working very hard to ensure their safety. So I think about that. If it was my child, who would I want there? And I'm that person. So I'm happy to be there. It's a lot of work, but I love it, because guess what? At the end of the day, you're keeping our kids safe and you're keeping them safe. Basically, the Titan system is an emergency platform that we download on phones and computers. So basically, when a teacher downloads it on their phone, in case of an emergency like a lockdown, instantaneously the administrator or security could hit lockdown. It goes instantaneously to all teachers, and it overrides their silent button, and it'll beep. So they immediately, in real time, will know what's going on their campus. One thing that a lot of people don't know is our safety officers are 11,550. They're drug recognition and training. So they can identify if a student's under the influence. We have about half our officers. We have one officer, and we're going to be having a second additional officer that has advanced drug recognition education or training. And so they're able to basically, it's to identify if a kid's under the influence of drugs, not so much to catch him, but more to deter and share with their families. Because as a parent, if my son is using drugs, I want to know factually that he's using and he's under the influence, so then we can start the mitigating factors of how we get treatment for that student. So our officers do some wonderful training. They do 24-hour training once a year in particularly like areas like lockdown, stop the bleed. One of the things that we have is our trauma bags. A lot of people don't know this, but we introduced our trauma bags several years ago. It was the idea and thoughts that if we had a major incident, do we have enough equipment on campus? In our trauma bags, we have 3 at each high school, 2 at the junior highs. They're in every police officer or SRO car. And also in my lead safety officers, which is 3 of those plus our elementary, 4 myself. And so this is to deal with any type of trauma that we have on campus. These are people's children. They're their crown jewels. They're the precious children of our families. And when they come to us, it's our job to ensure the parents need to know that it's our job, and we take it very seriously. I can tell you our department does. And I guess I can speak for Madera Unified. We all take that very seriously. And that's in an effort. When you say, do we take that seriously? Look at the things that we've done. Look at what we put in place that a lot of people don't know about. And that's because we take pride in providing a safe learning environment. Parents don't understand what we have in place. A lot of parents don't know until they get there that we have Raptor. Parents don't know that we have a video wall that we can monitor instantaneously should emergency happen. And people don't know that our radio systems, our digital system, they don't know about Titan. They don't know about the StopIt app. But obviously we have it in 3,000 kids' hands, so a lot of people do know about it. But we would like for them to know all the things that we do have. I don't know that they understand we have 40 safety officers, that we have 3 SROs at every site, and how we respond to crimes, our emergency situations within the district. I don't know that they know that we have a substation where our motors are housed at Madera High School. So I think it's important that we communicate to our parents all these features that we have and things that we have in place, so that they know that when their child leaves their house, that they're coming to a very safe learning environment, or we're trying to make it the safest learning environment for their child. The passion that I had about doing gang intervention and fighting gangs is the same passion I have for student safety, overall student safety.